Hey, Julie, last month you announced that you're officially in remission and breast cancer free. Years now.
Yes, so now, I feel like I can breathe a little bit.
That's a blessing.
You kind of wait till you get to that mark, and that's kind of the benchmark.
How's that feel? You got your own show.
I'd love an extra check, I ain't gonna lie.
If the name of his program, Chrisley Knows Best, didn't give it away, patriarch Todd Chrisley pretty much knows it all. Even though he makes some outrageous remarks that make his family roll their eyes, 3 years ago he insisted that his wife Julie get a mammogram, and that request eventually saved her life. Julie explains to Hello that he insisted she get examined and says it was an intuition on his part. My ancestry was unknown, and in the past I had no feelings. The reality television actress, who was under 40 at the time, received a breast cancer diagnosis when doctors found a cancerous lump. She continued, I am so happy I went when I did. The odds might not have been what they were if I had waited another year. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Topish. We have some exciting stories that are full of lip-smacking delicacies, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. With that being said, let's begin. There's no doubt about the Chrisleys' lavish lifestyle. They are the stars of the USA Network reality series Chrisley Knows Best. A multi-millionaire real estate developer named Todd Chrisley and his wife Julie and their 5 children are the subjects of the show, which advertises itself as a true-life family comedy. The Chrisley family may appear on the surface to be typically vain reality stars because they're constantly dressed to the nines in designer brands and reside in a 30,000 square foot Atlanta estate. You'll see that the Chrisleys cherish family above all else once you get beyond the Gucci outfits and Louis Vuitton handbags. This was never more apparent than in Julie's breast cancer treatment in 2012, which was before TV cameras started capturing the family's hilarious antics. Julie recently shared with Coping how she learned very fast who actually was Power. Hint, it's not Todd, after being diagnosed with breast cancer. This confirmed a lesson she had learned before. The things in life that are most significant are those that money cannot purchase. After a less than standard mammography, Julie received her breast cancer diagnosis in March 2012. She was only 39 years old, the current suggested screening age is 45, which is debatable, had no family history, and showed no symptoms. She did, however, have a spouse who has strong beliefs and doesn't give in easily. After all, Todd is the Chrisley that the show's title alludes to. What counts is that Todd was confident Julie needed a mammogram, and one morning he insisted that she get examined. Whether you call it intuition, divine intervention, or just a hunch, that day she made a call to her doctor. They informed me that my insurance definitely wouldn't cover the screening, but I still had it done since I knew Todd wouldn't give up, she adds. I needed to take care of my husband, 5 kids, and business. I didn't have time to be ill. In the end, Chrisley was correct. The mammogram showed a tumor that was cancerous, and for Julie and the rest of the family, life as they knew it came to an end. My life at the time was hectic and bustling. I needed to take care of my business, my spouse, and our 5 kids. I had no time to be ill, claims Julie. Boy, did I discover quickly that God, and not I, was in charge. Julie claims that even though cancer changed her life, she still felt blessed. Julie didn't need any additional treatment because her cancer was caught early and totally removed with a double mastectomy. Julie, like many other breast cancer survivors, struggled to accept the loss of her breasts. Your body is altered permanently as a result of breast cancer, she claims. Because our culture places such a high value on breasts, losing them can be extremely distressing. I had to remind myself over and over again how fortunate I was that my cancer had not spread and that I could immediately begin a reconstruction. The recovery of Julie's self-esteem was greatly aided by Todd as well. From the outset, she claims he was consistent. He once told me, and I'll never forget it, that as long as I survived, nothing else mattered. I was never uneasy with him. I realized how blessed I am to have him in my life as we grew closer than ever. The greatest nurse a girl could ask for, in Julie's words, was Todd. She claims that he had the room decorated with flowers when she got home from the hospital. He was there for me 24 hours a day. He changed every bandage and took care of all of my medications, which is astounding considering he fainted at the sight of blood. He never wavered. Julie has been cancer-free for 3 years now. Praise God, she explains. Julie claims that one lesson has remained with her throughout everything. Cancer has reminded me that the things that matter most in life cannot be purchased. And with that, it's probably safe to assume that Julie may know best. The 42-year-old started looking into the plan of best action after receiving the diagnosis. She explains, "I was diagnosed on March 5th and underwent my double mastectomy on March 22nd. I was efficient with my time. I began my research the moment I received my diagnosis, and Todd and I talked while seated. I had to act in my family's best interests. I didn't want to burden my kids any more than necessary. I had a 6-year-old and teens." Julie, who also underwent reconstructive surgery and eventually had a hysterectomy, is now celebrating 3 years of being cancer-free and continues to share her story in the hopes of empowering other women. To participate in the Susan G. Komen race for the Cure 5K in Central Park, she traveled from Atlanta to New York City last month. Hearing about other women's experiences makes my heart feel good. Many women, she says, feel as though they have no one with whom they share their feelings. Every time I walk by a woman, they approach me. To be able to return that favor makes me happy. To think that 2.8 million American women have battled or are battling breast cancer is difficult to comprehend. Rita Wilson, Shannon Doherty, and Sandra Lee are just a few celebrities who bravely publicized their diagnosis and treatments this year. When you receive a diagnosis, it becomes very personal. I've been following all these women, Julie says. Men and women will know more about it the more it's discussed. There's no justification for keeping it quiet. Therefore, talk about it now. I feel as though all I went through was not in waste if it just encourages one person to get the mammogram who had been putting it off. Even while sharing it isn't for everyone, Julie notes that Jackie Collins, who died of breast cancer on September 19th at the age of 77, made the right choice by keeping her diagnosis secret. She continues, she lived her life on her own terms. As women, we have that right. Whether we opt for a double mastectomy or the course she followed, nobody else should decide this. It's not their decision. You must arm yourself with knowledge and act in accordance with your personal judgment. Angelina Jolie is a prime example. Julie notes that the woman's decision to undergo a prophylactic double mastectomy was influenced by her education and personal experiences. "I salute her," she said. The mother of 3 children and the stepmother of 2 does advocate for women to start families at 40 years and older. Just leave. I urge you to take the time to travel. Mammograms are useless. The earliest you feel comfortable leaving is what I advise. And Todd agrees as well. Stars from Chrisley Knows Best, a fascinating health update on Julie Chrisley was recently revealed by Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley. On the Chrisley Confessions podcast episode from March 23rd, Julie shared some encouraging news following an oncology visit. Her medical professional informed her that she may stop taking the cancer-fighting medication tamoxifen, exactly 10 years after her double mastectomy. Julie expressed her desires to be rid of the medication's negative effects, which included weight gain, joint discomfort, and particularly brain fog and memory loss. She claimed that both the hysterectomy and the drugs were to blame. "I can still recall the first season of Chrisley Knows Best, when I actually spent the entire season looking for my phone after setting it down. Julie occasionally worried so much about her memory that she had an Alzheimer's disease test done. She remarked, 'It was very terrifying to me.' Todd, 52, also mentioned how his wife has been impacted by the weight gain. "I recall that one of your major struggles was that you were gaining weight for the first time in your life." Continuing the conversation, Julie said, "Remember, this was before I started using Nutrisystem too. But I remember you telling me to listen. You have a life. You don't have cancer. We can deal with weight when we do, when we deal with it later." Julie started using Nutrisystem to regain control over her weight and health. And Julie exclusively revealed to us weekly in January that she had been a partner with Nutrisystem for a number of years and that she'd lost 30 pounds. Todd joined her once he saw her results, and the two of them started the Nutrisystem Partner Plan. Regarding his wife's health report, Todd expressed his joy. "I feel really good, because I know how difficult it has been for you to practice medicine. I'm extremely proud of you. Today is a celebration," he further asserted. Julie said, "I've been very public about sharing my journey, and I will continue doing that because, if it helps one person, then, I feel like all the crap that I've gone through has not been in vain. Nevertheless, I was overjoyed with today's success. You're not in it alone," the TV personality further stated. That ends today's video. Please leave a comment below to let us know what you think will happen next with the Chrisleys. Like and share this video to stay up to date on their progress, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Topish keeps you up to date on all the latest Hollywood celebrity news, drama, and gossip. Subscribe to our channel and check back for new videos and updates, and we'll see ya in the next video.